Hey, warriors. I want to talk about the serpent in the Garden of Eden. Um, One of the most misunderstood symbols in all of human history. Because, the serpent wasn't just a snake. Um, and it wasn't the devil, you know? And it definitely wasn't some creature, sent to destroy humanity. Okay? It was a symbol, it was a metaphor, a message, a key. And once you understand what it actually represents, the entire Eden story flips, right? Um, you know, Before Genesis was even written, ancient cultures all over the world, Egypt, Sumer, India, Greece, the Maya, all used the serpent to represent the same thing, which was consciousness, awakening, transformation, life force energy, wisdom, rebirth. In every ancient tradition, the serpent wasn't evil. Okay? It was a bringer of knowledge, the spark that wakes humans up. The Garden of Eden isn't really a historical event. It's a psychological and spiritual map. Okay? You're the garden, your mind is Eden, your soul is Adam, your intuition is Eve. You with me? And the serpent is your inner awakening. The moment you begin questioning, seeking, and expanding. This part is important. The forbidden fruit wasn't a temptation. It was awareness. The moment Eve ate the fruit, it says their eyes were opened. Okay. That's awakening. That's consciousness, that's alignment. The moment you realize there is more to life than obedience. Eve didn't ruin humanity, okay? She started it. She started it. In spiritual, traditions, thousands of years older than, Christianity, the serpent represents the rising energy in the spine. The kundalini, the force that wakes you up spiritually. What happens when kundalini rises, right? You question everything. You see through illusion. You gain self-awareness. You break old programming. You can no longer stay asleep, right? Well, does that sound, fucking familiar? I mean, seriously. That's exactly what happens in Eden. The serpent didn't deceive Eve. The serpent activated her. Now, this part right here will definitely resonate with you. Any system, that wants obedience hates awakening. I don't like that word. But it doesn't like awakening. We can all agree on that, right? If you want control, you demonize the thing that wakes people up, plain and simple. You rewrite the symbol of consciousness into the symbol of evil, right? The serpent was never a villain, okay? It was turned into one because awakened human is harder to control. Plain and simple. Which, we all freaking know this any damn way. The serpent, what does it really represent? The voice inside you that starts questioning everything, the nudge to seek the truth, the instinct to evolve, the inner guide that says there's more, than this. There's gotta be, right? The breaking of generational programming, the rise of fucking consciousness. The serpent is the part of you that refuses to stay asleep. Okay? Eden, I guess, represents, that comfort zone. A world where, everything is provided, but nothing is known. No growth, no challenge, no damn self-awareness. Leaving Eden wasn't punishment. It was fucking graduation, man. Right? Humanity didn't fall. Humanity became conscious enough to choose their own path. I hope I'm making sense. Because the serpent moment happens to every person on a spiritual awakening journey, right? I mean, there is a point when, you question everything you were taught. You break old beliefs. You refuse to stay blind, in blind obedience. You realize your intuition is louder than authority. That's the serpent energy. It's not evil, it's evolution. Where do you see the serpent today? Healing, medicines, you know what I'm saying? So the next time someone weaponizes the serpent story to shame consciousness, remember this. The serpent wasn't your enemy. It was your initiation. And Eve wasn't disobedient. She was brave enough to wake up first. Legends. Love you.